Realtors, let's talk about the most important thing that will help you be successful on social media. That's right, I'm talking about batching your content. Hey there, I'm Figiel with Systemize Your Social. I'm a realtor with my husband Zach, and together we have built our business with the power of social media, but without any of the wasted time. I'm so passionate about teaching other realtors just like you how to systematize your social media content strategy so you can build your business authentically and organically. So today we're talking all about batching your content, which is super helpful, so you want to stay tuned. You want to make sure that you stay tuned for the whole video because at the end I'm going to give you a freebie that's been super helpful for me in planning our content, so don't miss out. What is batching, you might ask? Well, I will tell you. Batching your content is planning all of your copy, so that's all the captions or all the words that go with your social media posts in advance and scheduling out your social media posts so that your social media is working for you. Sounds great, right? So I wanted to give you a little backstory about how my husband and I ended up at the point that we're at now. And it's really embarrassing, but we're gonna take a little trip back in time to the first time we really focused on our social media strategy. So when we first teamed up, we knew that we wanted to be super committed to social media. The way that I first started my business was I was hosting open houses, as most of us do, to try to get buyers. And I would post a picture of the open house on my social media, and I kind of tricked all my friends into thinking that I had all this business because I was hosting these open houses, and I guess they thought that they were my listings, but in reality, we all know I was just borrowing everyone else's listings from my office. However, it worked out because my friends saw me as being successful, and that helped me bridge the gap from what I used to do, which was teach dance, to now being known as a realtor who knows what I'm doing and I'm an expert in the field. So it was really great for me, and we started to realize like, hey, I think social media is like where it's at for us. So anyway, fast forward to our first video series that we did as a husband and wife team. And it's so embarrassing. My name is Allie and his name is Zach, so of course it was called Realty from A to Z. We explained different real estate terms that started with each letter through the alphabet. It was so nerdy and so embarrassing. Like, for example, we couldn't come up with any word that started with K, so we did a video about quality real estate services. However, even though the videos were absolutely terrible, it really didn't take long for other realtors and other, of our sphere and our friends to take notice of what we were doing. So every time we went out and saw people in public that we knew, they were like, oh my gosh, I love your videos, they're so funny. So the key here for us was consistency. We made a plan and we stuck to it because guess what we did? We batched our content like a boss. So we would choose one day, like a couple hours, and we would film 6 or more videos at a time. We came up with the content in advance, we just boom, knocked them out. So then when it was time to post them individually, we already had them created. Then 2 weeks later, we would do another day where we would film 6 videos at a time. So all we needed to do was edit them. And we're like, oh, this is so smart. This is how we were successful when we started because we just batched our content without really even knowing what that was at the time, but now we've come up with a better system. So our consistency was a really great way to build our business because we weren't paying for leads, we weren't doing cold calling or calling expired listings, none of that. We were just attracting the people that were in our sphere organically and authentically with these nerdy videos. So we were able to stay top of mind, which is what everyone wants in their sphere. We were able to stay top of mind because we were super consistent and we never missed a video. So now that we kind of did that on accident and realized that it worked, we're further systematizing our business, which is what I'm so passionate about teaching others to do, because your social media does not need to be overwhelming. It does not need to be complicated, and you don't have to be like always asking yourself, what am I gonna post? So we've come up with a more strategic plan, and I'm super excited to share that with you. But in the meantime, here are 3 tips for you to batch your social media like a boss. Number 1, make a little spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be super in detail of your overall content strategy. How many times a week do you want to post? What ideas are you working with that you can work off of that you're posting? So make that spreadsheet as kind of like your overall guide for how often and what you're posting. Number 2, I have a running Google Doc that I write the date and the subject matter, and then I just have all of my copy in that Google Doc. So that makes it really easy, you know, if I'm just in one place on my computer and not getting distracted by being in Facebook or in Instagram while I'm posting. So I'm writing all of my ad copy in a Google Doc. I just stay there and focus and get it all out, and then later transfer it into whatever platform I'm using. And number 3, did you know that you can schedule out your Facebook posts while in Facebook? So right in the app or on your computer. You can schedule them out by going into your publishing tools as long as you have a business page, and you can also do this in groups as well. Go into the publishing tools when you make a post and you can schedule it out for the date and the time. So what I do is I choose Thursday night, every Thursday night for 1 hour. I spend writing out all my copy and making sure I have all the photos or whatever I'm posting and all the links, and I schedule them out right in Facebook. And I have another tool that I'll be sharing with you next week. So that makes it super easy. So by Thursday night, I know that all my content for the following week is already scheduled and I don't have to worry about it. So there are my top 3 tips for batching your content. It has been hugely helpful for us in staying consistent, and that consistency is what has helped us build our career in social media. So as I promised in the beginning, here's that freebie I was telling you about. This is going to help you plan out your social media content for 1 whole month in just 15 minutes. So check that out. I put a link below. I hope this all helps you stay on track. Remember, consistency is the key. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's video, where I'm gonna give you an in-depth look at another tool that I love using for planning out my Instagram content. So hopefully this helps. Have a lovely day.